What is reply of the Zaporozhian Cossacks? What exactly is the reply of the Zaporozhian Cossacks? This fascinating piece of history dates back to the year 1676. It involves a legendary response from Ukrainian Cossacks to an ultimatum issued by Ottoman Sultan, Mehmed IV. After a significant victory over Ottoman forces, the Cossacks received a demand for surrender. This demand was filled with grand titles and claims of divine authority. The Cossacks, led by Ivan Serko, crafted a reply that was bold and defiant. Their response was filled with mockery and profanity, clearly showing their refusal to submit to the Sultan's demands. This act of defiance became a symbol of resistance against imperial domination. The Zaporozhian Cossacks were semi-autonomous warriors living around the Dnieper River. They often clashed with neighboring empires, and their victory in 1676 highlighted their role as a buffer between European powers and the expanding Ottoman Empire. Culturally, this reply has become a significant symbol of Ukrainian identity and defiance. It entered European cultural memory through the famous painting by Ilya Repin, titled Reply of the Zaporozhian Cossacks. Created between 1880 and 1891, this monumental work is a prime example of Russian realism. Repin captured the spirit of the Cossacks as they laughed and drafted their letter, blending historical narrative with psychological depth. In his painting, Repin emphasized individual expressions and the communal energy of the Cossacks. This aligns perfectly with the realism movement, which focused on authentic human experiences. The composition of the artwork features crowded figures and dynamic gestures, mirroring the Cossacks' democratic ethos and their defiance against authority. Repin used models, including his acquaintances, to bring immediacy to the scene, bridging the gap between historical legend and the artistic practices of the 19th century. The legacy of the reply and Repin's painting continues to be significant in discussions about European resistance movements and cultural identity. For Ukraine, it symbolizes a historical quest for autonomy. For European art, it exemplifies how realism can interrogate history through vivid storytelling centered on human experiences. In educational contexts, the reply serves as a great example of the struggle between regional autonomy and imperial ambition. For art analysis, Repin's work is a case study in realism and its role in shaping national myths. The story of the Cossacks' defiance is a microcosm of the geopolitical struggles of the 17th century. While the exact wording of the reply remains debated, its symbolic importance is clear. It is often framed within the context of anti-Ottoman resistance in European historiography. Meanwhile, Ukrainian narratives emphasize its role in their national consciousness. Repin's painting, although created in Russia, is embraced by Ukrainian cultural discourse, showcasing how art can transcend political boundaries. This event, the artistic representation, and its lasting impact illustrate the interplay between military history and cultural production. The reply of the Zaporozhian Cossacks remains a powerful example of how marginalized groups assert their identity against dominant empires.